Arsenal to launch huge Kenan Yildiz swoop? Gunners linked with €60 million swap deal to sign Juventus ace. Arsenal could reportedly launch a mega Kenan Yildiz swoop as the Gunners have been linked with a €60 million, £52M/$70M swap deal to sign the Juventus ace. The 20-year-old attacking midfielder has been on fire for the old lady this term. With 2 goals and 4 assists in just 5 appearances, Yildiz has rocketed to the top of Juve's list of untouchables. North London's obsession with Yildiz. Radio reports that Mikel Arteta and his recruitment chiefs are crazy about the Turkish international. Behind the scenes, initial conversations are said to have been sparked, although it remains unclear whether they've reached out to the player's camp, Juventus directly, or both. What is clear, however, is Arsenal's burning intent to bring Yildiz to the Emirates. Details of the deal. Arsenal are willing to table €60 million in cash along with Leandro Trossard as bait. Juventus, though, reportedly value Yildiz closer to the €80 to €100 million, £70M/$94M £87M/$117M bracket, making the proposed package a test of their resolve. For Juve, the Belgian winger offers experience and versatility, having proven himself both in the Premier League and on the European stage. But at 31 this December, his resale value is slim compared to the rising star they currently possess. The offer highlights Arsenal's determination, but also exposes the gulf in valuation between the two clubs. Juve digging in their heels. Sources close to the Italian club insist the Bianconeri want to hold on to their prized asset. In fact, Juve are already working to lock Yildiz down on a fresh contract running until 2030, with improved terms designed to fend off suitors. That long-term plan signals just how central the young midfielder is to their future vision, particularly as they look to rebuild around a new generation of talent. Letting him go now, even with €60 million plus Trossard on the table, would be a bitter pill to swallow. The club hierarchy is also mindful of the message a sale would send to fans, with Yildiz fast becoming a symbol of their revival and a beacon for the next chapter in Turin. Arteta desperate for more firepower. Despite strengthening his front line in the summer, with the likes of Ekitike, Victor Gyökeres, and Noni Madueke, Arteta is still keen to inject fresh creativity and youth into his attack. Yildiz, with his ability to glide past defenders and unlock tight games, fits the bill perfectly. The Turkish starlet's flair, vision, and fearless approach to big matches make him an ideal candidate to take Arsenal's attack to the next level. Arteta views him not just as a short-term addition, but as a cornerstone for the club's long-term ambitions. With the Gunners battling on multiple fronts, including a return to the Champions League knockout stages, the Arsenal boss believes that adding a player of Yildiz's caliber could be the difference between competing and truly conquering. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Man United learn how much PSG are willing to offer for Marcus Rashford. Paris Saint-Germain have taken a shine to Marcus Rashford after watching him star for Aston Villa and Barcelona, according to a Spanish report, which has revealed how much the French giants are willing to pay Manchester United for the forward, as Team Talk analyses whether this rumor has any legs. Rashford joined Barcelona on a season-long loan deal from Man United in the summer of 2025. This came after the England international forward spent the second half of last season on loan at Aston Villa, where he scored 4 goals and gave 6 assists in 17 appearances. Team Talk's transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, has long reported that Rashford's dream has always been to play for Barcelona, and that came true in the summer when last season's Spanish champions struck a loan deal with Man United with the option to make it permanent for £26 million, €30 million, $35.1 million, next summer. According to TBR, Barcelona are hoping to make Rashford's loan deal permanent in January for a discount. As Rashford continues to star for Barcelona, PSG are showing interest in the 27-year-old, according to Notices. The Catalan news outlet has reported that PSG manager Luis Enrique is personally keen on a deal for Rashford, with the defending French and European champions willing to offer Manchester United €45 million, £39.2 million, $53 million, for the England international. This is bad news for Barcelona, as although they have the option to sign Rashford on a permanent deal, the player himself could be convinced to move to PSG and play for the French powerhouse. PSG won the Champions League last season and are a force to be reckoned with star winger Ousmane Dembele also winning the 2025 Ballon d'Or. The Parisian club's stance on Rashford, though, will be welcomed by the Man United chiefs, including co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and director of football Jason Wilcox. Rashford has scored 2 goals and given 1 assist in 6 matches in all competitions for Barcelona this season, with both his goals coming against Newcastle United at St. James Park in the Champions League last week. Could PSG really be interested in Marcus Rashford? PSG's reported interest in Rashford will come as a surprise to some, especially as manager Luis Enrique does not lack in attacking talents. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, Desire Doué, Kang-in Lee, and Ibrahim Bey are the wide options for PSG at the moment. Goncalo Ramos is the only recognized striker at PSG, and perhaps Rashford could be seen as a number 9. Although Rashford has played as a number 9 at Man United, he is at his best when coming in off the wing. This is not the first time that PSG have been linked with Rashford. L'Equipe reported in April that PSG were in talks with Rashford over a 2025 summer move. The respected French publication claimed that last season's Ligue 1 and Champions League winners wanted to sign Rashford in the summer of 2022, too. Rashford is 27 now and is at the top of his game, so it would be remiss to suggest that PSG are at least not throwing admiring glances at the Man United forward, having previously been keen on him. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Arne Slot can't hide frustration at stupid Hugo Ekitike dismissal. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot was not happy with match winner Hugo Ekitike's stupid red card in the 2-1 Carabao Cup win over Southampton. The 23-year-old replaced Alexander Isak after the £125 million British record signing opened his account at half-time, but his first involvement was to be booked for punching the ball away in frustration. And when he slid home Federico Chiesa's pass 5 minutes from time to put Liverpool ahead again after Shea Charles had equalized, he wheeled away to the corner flag and removed his shirt before holding it up for the cameras. It left referee Thomas Bramall with option but to issue a second caution followed by the red card, meaning the Frenchman will be suspended for the Premier League leaders' trip to Crystal Palace on Saturday. Needless? Yes. And it was stupid. The first one was already needless and to a certain extent, stupid, as you have got to control your emotions, said Slot. I told him that if you score in the Champions League final in the 87th minute after outplaying 3 players and hitting it in the top corner, I can maybe understand. He is like, this is all about me, what did I do? But I am old-fashioned, I'm 47 and old. I never played at this level but did score a few goals, and if I scored a goal like this, I'd have turned around and walked up to Federico Chiesa and said, this goal is all about you. This is not about me. It's always the best to control your emotions. If you can't, do it in a way that doesn't lead to a yellow card. The red card was the second low point as 18-year-old debutant Giovanni Leone, who had enjoyed a trouble-free night, was carried off on a stretcher with a serious-looking knee injury and will undergo a scan to determine the damage. He is down because, for him, it didn't feel good immediately. Normally the emotions of a player tell you a lot, added Slot. Amid all the late mayhem, Isak's expertly taken maiden goal just before the break was almost forgotten. I should have scored earlier as well. It is part of being a striker, you miss some and score some, the Swede told ITV. I feel confident in myself that things will work out, and when I get chances I will put them away. Slot, joking that no one mentions Isak's transfer fee, added, it is only 6 or 7 days ago he made his debut, so time goes so fast, but we got him not in the best circumstances in terms of match fitness, as he missed Newcastle's preseason. So the best moments will hopefully start when he comes back from the Sweden national team next month. Then we can expect even more from him, but until now I'm very happy. Southampton boss will still at least saw the funny side of the red card for Ekitike, whom he had as a player at Reims. Hugo cracks me up. We caught up before the game, and he said he would come on and score and give me his shirt and be are off, he said. Still was frustrated his side did not help themselves. We had a massive chance, hit the crossbar, somehow not put the ball in the back of the net in 30 to 40 seconds they have gone up the other end, and we have put it on a plate for them, he said. It sums up our season so far. We seem to keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Fabrizio Romano shares Ruben Amorim sack update after Ratcliffe talks. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim will be looking cautiously over his shoulder at the sack after some poor results in the Premier League and the League Cup. And Fabrizio Romano has now revealed that owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has flown into Carrington to hold talks with the Portuguese gaffer. The Red Devils are sat on 4 points from 4 league games, only beating Burnley in the final minute at home and drawing away at Fulham, before losses to Arsenal and Manchester City. As well as a shock loss to Grimsby Town in the Cup, it's not been the best of starts for Amorim, and that has led Romano to claim that Ratcliffe has flown in for talks with the Portuguese boss. Romano, Sir Jim Ratcliffe flies in for Amorim talks. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Romano stated that there have been talks held with more than just Amorim at the club's training ground, though the former sporting boss has come under particular importance for their slow start. He said, "What Sir Jim Ratcliffe did today in the last few hours was fly into Carrington. Sir Jim Ratcliffe arrived and had several meetings. Manchester United made it very clear that those meetings were planned. All of those meetings were with people in management, with people from staff, and all those kinds of meetings were already planned, even before the Manchester Derby loss of 3-0 by Manchester City. But in those meetings, there was also a conversation, a direct face-to-face conversation, with Ruben Amorim. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to be involved, as I mentioned. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to understand what's going on after spending important money in the summer, after backing the manager, and to understand why Manchester United are not performing. What I can guarantee is that this week, Manchester United have not advanced with any manager available to start conversations or to go and get an agreement ready for the future. United have not prepared anything. They keep trusting Ruben Amorim, but different results are needed. Amorim joined in November last year after a poor start under Erik ten Hag, but he has so far struggled to make the desired impact. Despite arriving with a reputation as one of Europe's brightest young coaches, he was unable to turn United's fortunes around in the second half of the campaign. He lost more than half of his top-flight games in charge, finishing the season with a disappointing record of just 7 wins and 6 draws from 27 Premier League matches. That underwhelming return left many questioning whether he had the tactical authority and adaptability to succeed in the English game. The new season was seen as a fresh start for Amorim, but 2 losses in the first 4 games have raised doubts. Performances have failed to convince fans, and while the club hierarchy remain patient, upcoming results will be crucial. Without quick improvement, pressure on his position will only grow. Ruben Amorim's transfer reality after Marcus Rashford masterclass. What have I done? Marcus Rashford marked his return to England with a double for Barcelona in the Champions League, and former Manchester United star Nicky, but believes Ruben Amorim may now regret letting him go. Former Manchester United midfielder Nicky, but reckons Ruben Amorim might be having second thoughts about letting Marcus Rashford depart in the summer, considering his side's current struggles. The England star produced a brilliant display for Barcelona in Thursday's 2-1 triumph over Newcastle United in the Champions League. He bagged a brace within 9 minutes during the second half, marking his first goals for the Catalan club. Rashford initially opened the scoring just shy of the hour mark, nodding home from Jules Count's delivery. He then extended the advantage with a spectacular right-footed effort from distance, giving goalkeeper Nick Pope no chance. Anthony Gordon managed the sole strike for the home side during injury time. Nevertheless, it proved the ideal homecoming for Rashford, who secured a loan switch to Barcelona earlier in the summer. The 27-year-old found himself axed from Amorim's squad after facing harsh words from the Portuguese boss. Prior to his Camp Nou switch, Rashford hadn't appeared for the Red Devils since December 2024 and subsequently joined Aston Villa on a temporary deal. Speaking on BBC's Champions League highlights program, but suspects Amorim could be second-guessing his choice to allow Rashford's departure, whilst United battle for reliable firepower during their poorest campaign start in 33 years. I think I would be thinking, what have I done? I've let that go. And Man United are obviously struggling, he said. But players need to move on if it's not going well, because you need to be loved, and Marcus definitely needs an arm round and needs to be loved, And when he is, he shows what he can do tonight. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.